We are disappointed by what has happened. We are saddened, we are disappointed that Iswaran has to leave politics under these circumstances. But the PAP's stance on corruption is non-negotiable. This is part of our DNA. There can be no compromise, no relaxation, no fudging on this, no matter the political price. So the PAP government will continue to do everything we can to uphold the highest standards of integrity, incorruptibility and propriety, and that's how we maintain the trust that Singaporeans have placed in us. As far as the impact on succession is concerned, there will be no impact. We have announced that the leadership transition will take place before the next general election and before the party conference this year. This plan remains on track. Will this incident have an impact on the party and party morale? I have no doubt that it will. But we cannot allow this political hit to compromise our zero-tolerance stance against corruption. And that's why the party, the government, will continue to do the right thing and do everything we can to keep our system corruption-free. And I believe Singaporeans expect no less from us. There is a code of conduct which sets out the principles and rules in which ministers should act and their personal affairs. The key principles underpinning the code are clear, they are sound, they are valid. For example, on gifts, ministers should not receive gifts that place them under obligation in a conflict of interest position. And that's stated in the Code of Conduct. Of course, the Code of Conduct is not static. It has been in place since 1954. It continues to be updated. And we will continue to review and update the code, taking into account the experiences and learnings from this incident. But I should also say, when we look at our system in Singapore, it's a system that we do our best to try and prevent and deter corruption. It doesn't mean that there will be no corruption. It doesn't mean that there will be no incidents. From time to time, cases do emerge, as we have seen in past years. But that's why CPIB is also a key part of the system. And they will investigate any incident thoroughly and, when necessary, take actions as they have done in this case. He was anchor minister for the West Coast GRC. Minister Desmond and the elected MPs in West Coast GRC are now taking care of residents in West Coast Division, as they had been doing since Minister Iswaran's leave of absence. As for the timing of elections, I've already said, leadership transition happens before the general election. So as and when that happens, we will think about when the elections have to take place thereafter. But meanwhile, the focus for us is to continue and press on with the work of government, because the work of government must continue. And we will continue to redouble our efforts to improve the lives of Singaporeans. When the GE comes, the PAP will present our report card to Singaporeans, and we will do our best at that time to earn the confidence and trust of Singaporeans.